How's it going, Retro people? My name is Brad, this is Retro Spotlight, and this is your news, notes, history, and retro games to play for the week of February 14th, 2017. Last week's tutorial was all about the unique Japanese home PC, the Sharp X68000. Compared to other obscure consoles and PCs, this tutorial is actually under 10 minutes and easy to digest. This PC is deceptively simple and has a ton of great games to play, even if you don't understand Japanese. There are even a few English translated games to be had as well. Check it out in the links below. In ROM hacking and translation news, we've got two great Japanese games that have had their English patches recently released, and that is the translation of 3x3 Eyes Beast Restoration for the SNES, and the other game is Fullmetal Alchemist Stray Rondo for the GBA. If you like classic anime or manga, then 3x3 Eyes is already on your radar. Thanks to Atomizer Zero, this 1995 SNES game is now available in English. In this game, you take control of Yakumo, who has just arrived in Hong Kong looking for the missing pie. Not P-I-E, it's P-A-I. It is a mix of adventure, platforming, and fighting game. For those of you expecting some sort of simple arcade slugfest, be warned, this game will require some wit as it's not as easy as it sounds. Check out the English patch in the description below and petition to have P-A-I retranslated into pie. I kind of like that. I'm in Hong Kong. I'm searching for my missing blueberry pie or something. I don't know. Based in more classic anime, Fullmetal Alchemist Stray Rondo finds its newly translated home on the GBA thanks to XComp and MZ. It is odd this game never received an English translation given the huge success it had found across the seas, specifically in North America. The Elric brothers, Edward and Alphonse, are here, and the game covers the plot of the anime in JRPG form. This is one of two games, the second being Sonata of Memories for the GBA as well. Let's hope the second game is also translated so that this duet can live on in the halls of JRPGs and tell this amazing story. Castlevania, everyone's favorite vampire hunter game series, has landed itself a Netflix original series. Produced by Adi Shankar, the man responsible for last year's gritty R-rated Power Rangers short, has brought the R-rated as mentality to this animated series. This might be the first time I have to censor a word in RSS. And that's a quote directly from Shankar himself, mind you. The story will be told over 4 30-minute episodes in 2017 and a second season to come in 2018. The story is also written by comic book author Warren Ellis, who is also producing alongside Shankar, Kevin Cold, and Fred Siebert. Animation is being handled by Frederator Studios, the same company behind the excellent Adventure Time, and Shankar is promising it to be the Western world's first good video game adaptation. I am looking forward to this very much. After watching, even in my adult years I must admit, so many 80s cartoon adaptations of video games and seeing all those god-awful movies, this might have a chance to live up to the Castlevania name. In recent months, NES Classic news is all around us. I cannot seem to escape this. First, it was hacked to support more games. Then it was further hacked to support the entire NES library. Now though, it supports the Game Boy, Genesis, and Super Nintendo libraries as well. The minified console is running an altered version of Linux now, and it's hard to tell if this is why the console list has been blown wide open, but the fact it's doable with a $60 Nintendo product is awesome. Again, if you perform this hack, there is the chance that you can break your NES Classic, and these things are still hard to find. Jury is out for how much this can hold without expanding the storage, but given how deceptively open this hardware is, I wouldn't be surprised if that's expanded in the future as well. It's worth noting, however, that the Genesis and Super Nintendo have some emulation issues here and there on the more demanding games, but it will most likely be improved as time goes on like regular emulation. If you cut out the filler games from each set and swap out for some of the English translated games, I think you might be able to fit a decent amount of games. The SNES library alone is rather large, much larger than the NES, so only time will tell the limitations of this endeavor. Either way, amazing work as usual, and I am excited to see where this continues. Now it's time for Retro Remix Song of the Week, and this week is a much more mellow symphonic arrangement called Afternoon in the Sacred Forest Meadow from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and remixed by Doc Nano. This song is very impressive and relaxing. This song feels like it could very easily be in an older Disney movie or even some of the earlier Studio Ghibli movies as well. That's how on point this symphonic arrangement is. Check it out in the links below. This month in 2003, Dark Cloud 2 was released in North America and is one of my favorite games of all time. There's been a lot of those recently, hasn't there? Dark Chronicle, released as Dark Cloud 2 in North America, is an action RPG game developed by Level 5 and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PS2. It was released in Japan in November of 2002, in North America of February 2003, and in Europe in September of 2003. The game is a spiritual sequel to Dark Cloud, with the same basic game mechanics, action role-playing combined with elements of city-building games, and a similar world, but features mainly different characters and an unrelated plot. Players control two main protagonists, Max and Monica, who come from the present and the future, respectively. They must work together to stop the game's main protagonist, Emperor Griffin, who wishes to destroy the present from deep in the past. The game was met with positive reviews from critics, with an aggregate score of 87 out of 100 on Metacritic, based on 41 reviews. Critics praised the improvements over the first game, particularly the graphics and variety of gameplay types available. Some reviewers, however, were critical of the storyline specifically. The game sold well in Japan, despite not being released until late November. By the end of 2002, it had sold 235,917 units, making it the 47th best-selling PlayStation 2 game of that year. The game won Best PS2 Game from GameSpot and Console Role-Playing Game of the Year from the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, both in 2003. It was also nominated for the Best Adventure Game at the first British Academy Games Awards, losing out only to The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. It received a Silver Award from EGM and a Bronze Award from PSM. It was named Game of the Month for February 2003 and given an Editor's Choice Award by IGN, who in 2010 also placed it at number 31 in their top 100 PlayStation 2 games. In January 2016, an emulated version of the game was made available for the PlayStation 4 through the PlayStation Network. If you are a patron that pledged to be a part of our Patreon campaign and are watching this early, then thank you very much. For those of you who pledged at the producer level role, your names are now on screen. If you are interested in seeing your name as a part of RetroStyle Spotlight, the tutorials, and have it be inside of the Launchbox application, then head on over to our Patreon link in the description below. At just $2 a month, you can see content like RSS early, and at the higher tiers, you start to unlock things like exclusive Discord server access, producer credits, and a personal hangout with the Launchbox team. Any dollar amount anyone pledges to our campaign is helping us create a better product, and we could not thank you enough. So that was RetroStyle Spotlight for the week of February 14th, 2017. All of the relevant links to everything you heard in this edition of RSS will be in the description below. Remember, you can sign up for a Launchbox forum account, and if Launchbox has given you a beautiful library of games, then why not purchase a premium license of Launchbox for $20 to access Big Box, which is a controller and couch-oriented version of Launchbox. The Launchbox Games database is available for any user to contribute to as well. Jason and I, along with the rest of our team, have a lot planned for our community, so if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, we're doing a tutorial video every Friday, live developer sessions, Launchbox news, Q&As, and a ton more content in the future. Let us know what you think of RSS and any feedback you may have on it in the comments below. My name is Brad, the link to my channel is also below, and remember Freaks and Geeks to play more games, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day!